Tonight, the river is going down. As such, residents and officials alike are thankful and breathing a sigh of relief. With a 600 horsepower fuel-injected engine that powers 4 propeller blades, a high-quality LED light system, headphones that allow for communication when inside the boat, and a high-quality GPS system, this piece of equipment is something that any fire department would love to have. A little bit of history, a tiny bit of danger, and a whole lot of fun. Once you're done exploring the beachy areas of the Pea River, it's time, of course, to get back in the boats. And that's because here in Alba, everybody loves to pee. No matter what you decide to do during your time at Landmark Park, every building, every exhibit is like taking a step back into a day in time.
Some saying homeless people do not need help.
Others say that people should go out of their way to help.
Fox 21's Paige Weeks spent the day talking to Colorado Springs homeless people and organizations who dedicate their time to them.
Now, Paige, I know this is a touchy subject, but what'd you find out?
Well, guys, you're right. It is a touchy subject. A lot of opinions on both sides of the aisle. And although a lot of homeless people do choose to live that lifestyle, a lot of people don't, and they just ended up in that situation. But I did learn there are differences between people standing by traffic lights with signs and those who actually need help. In Colorado Springs, there is good news.
We are reducing homelessness, where other parts of the country, homelessness is actually growing.
But that reduction isn't happening on its own. It's due to a collaborative effort from the city, service organizations, and the Colorado Springs Police Department.
We have the ability to give them food. We have the ability to give them clean, safe, dry shelter. And we can get them into a process that can actually improve their situation.
For many homeless people, being without a home wasn't a choice.
First time in prison, first time on parole, first time being homeless.
But now it's their reality.
I know if my mom was seeing me now, she would tell me to come.
Others say it was a choice and they refused to receive help.
No, I don't need help. I got everything I need.
Officers say most of Colorado Springs' homeless population try to stay out of trouble. Only about 300 homeless people are known to cause issues.
The 200 or 300 hardcore ones, they're the ones that usually are involved in some kind of criminal activity, usually. There's a lot of homeless people out here that really just want to help.
According to the rescue mission, handing out money to people on the streets doesn't help.
Handing somebody something on the corner isn't going to change their situation.
The rescue mission says while some homeless people are searching for a few bucks for cigarettes, beer, and other non-necessities, others truly need help. But what does help mean?
I might roll down the window and say, hey, what's your name? And have you heard about the rescue mission? I saw it on TV and I understand that they have help.
It's a tactic that CSPD has been using and is starting to make an impact.
We also provided them with resources available, as well as we had one of the case managers from Homeward Pike speak out here to talk to them if they wanted to have a conversation about looking to get into housing and things like that.
And when it comes to the Springs Rescue Mission,
we're always open and we provide a pathway for folks out of homelessness, addiction, and poverty.
To learn more about the Springs Rescue Mission as well as CSPD's homeless outreach team, which you just saw, visit fox21news.com. There we'll have links to resources you might need. If COVID-19 and Hurricane Sally weren't enough, Adela Duncan is being forced to leave her home.
We rented the U-Haul yesterday morning, and then we started packing when we got home.
Adela's house is flanked by water both behind and in front of her home. In just a few short hours, everything will be submerged.
When it comes out, you don't have but a matter of, let's say, 2 hours to get out, because it will get right there, and even with your car doors.
Adela plans to leave her home behind for the 3rd time because of flooding. She says it doesn't get any easier.
Usually they'll send somebody saying we have to evacuate right now, so we will.
As Adela prepares to move as many of her belongings as possible, a downtown business owner says she won't be moving a single thing.
In town, we're safe. I can lay my head down knowing that these businesses in town will not flood.
Debbie's faith is placed in Elba's recently renovated levee, but that faith didn't come easily.
In 2015, we emptied everything because I didn't know, because we had been through the 94 and the 90 flood.
But Debbie says her fears went away after the levee held in 2015. That's why she's confident the levee will hold this time.
I'm not scared to death. I'm not. I trust that levee.
Two residents, two very different outlooks about this flood of 2020. It was weeks of pure bliss for Suzanne Wilkins as her family prepared for a baby girl named Ella.
I found out I was pregnant with Ella April 2nd, 2019. We heard her heartbeat around 6 weeks. We found out we were having a girl at 9 weeks. We saw her on ultrasound at 13 weeks and she measured perfectly. Everything looked great.
Everything was perfect until suddenly it wasn't. Sometime between Suzanne's 13-week and 20-week checkup, Ella had quietly slipped away.
I was in such a state of shock, numb, disbelief, is this really happening?
Those feelings haven't disappeared.
But this ultrasound picture I had not looked at until yesterday, and it is just, there's not really any words to describe it, just knowing she was no longer alive there, but looks so perfect.
It's a feeling thousands of women have felt. According to the CDC, in 2014, 24,000 stillbirths were reported just in the United States alone. Those numbers are what spurred Suzanne to use Ella's death as a way to unite Colorado Springs women who are hurting and to bring awareness to people who don't know about miscarriages.
So for Ella's birthday last year, we decided to go to Dutch Bros. It's her dad's favorite drink place. And we bought 18 gift cards because she was born on the 18th. And we decided to just leave them around town. And this year we said, let's just make it a tradition.
Included with each gift card is a small pamphlet detailing Ella's story, the statistic that says 1 in 4 women will lose a baby during pregnancy, delivery, or infancy, and a website people can visit to learn more.
I want them to know that they are not alone. It is not their fault. Their baby is special, and it's okay to talk about them if they want to talk about them.
Suzanne says her advocacy for miscarriage victims will continue for the rest of her life. And when it comes to those gift cards,
we plan on leaving the gift cards for Ella for the rest of my life. And I'm hoping that as my kids get older, that they will also, do something to remember Ella and keep her memory alive.
This weekend, the Friends of Army Aviation will hold its annual Dothan Remembers event.
It is the ride of a lifetime.
For the past 3 years, the FOAA has brought history to life by letting people fly inside a Huey helicopter.
The doors are open. All you're on is like a magic carpet ride. You're on a platform, you look straight down, there's nothing between you and the visibility of the ground.
The sound of blades thumping, the wind roaring, and the sight of tiny roads and homes surround you on either side.
The turns and the various ups and downs that we do, it really gives you an appreciation of what the aircraft is capable of doing and the versatility behind it.
While the rides might be the main attraction, Dothan Remembers is based on something much more important.
It's an actual aircraft ride that lasts 10 minutes. And in that 10-minute time frame, you will actually see some of the maneuvers that we actually did in Vietnam. And it gives you an appreciation for what the veterans went through in the Vietnam era, what they had to contend with.
Not only does that Huey foster appreciation, it can also act as a healing device.
The veterans who have not been able to converse with their family about what they did, it allows that individual to educate his family about what he was confronted with in Vietnam and how he traveled and how he got in and out of LZs and what he did. To us, that's priceless.
A little bit of history, a tiny bit of danger, and a whole lot of fun. Covering local news first in Dothan, Paige Weeks, WDHN News. Known for its history of flooding wiregrass areas, the Pea River has introduced several challenges, but now a group has found a way to conquer the mighty Pea.
We started here with just a few boats, and of course we've grown over the years and had a lot of folks in the water between 2011 and today.
Groups of all sizes travel to Pea River Outdoors to experience a one-of-a-kind adventure.
When you get here, one of our guys will meet you and they'll have you sign the waiver and do the paperwork, pay your money and those kind of things, and then we'll get you in our our van take you and your group out to the bridge where we'll drop you off.
That's when the real fun begins. As you coast down 9.4 miles of the Pea River, you'll experience a wide variety of adventures, including wildlife like birds, fish, and yes, maybe even a gator. You'll also navigate small rapids, but you can catch your breath at some of the locals' favorite spots.
About halfway from where we put you in and to here, there's a set of little rapids, and after the rapids, there's this real big like beachy area, and that's my personal favorite spot.
Beaches offer shade and perfect conditions for riverside picnics. They also offer adventurers a place to show off their own outdoor skills. Once you're done exploring the beachy areas of the Pea River, it's time, of course, to get back in the boats. And that's because here in Elba, everybody loves to pee. Adventure, bonding, and a whole lot of pee. It's an experience you'll only get in Elba, Alabama.